Hello, and welcome back to Real Beauty A to Z, the home of all things beauty, just from the inside out. I want to start by thanking those of you who have already joined the community. Hey, there are a lot of voices out there, and trust me, I don't take it lightly that you have entrusted me to be one of those voices that speak positivity into your life. So today I wanted to take a little bit of time to answer one of the questions that I've been getting here frequently, and that is, how did you get started in all of this? How did this journey begin? And believe it or not, when I started to think about it, it's been a little over 10 years since this whole process began. And believe it or not, it all started with just something as simple as overhearing a conversation. Yep, just overhearing a conversation. I want to emphasize that because how many times do we rush through life thinking about the next thing that we have to do, and we're not even focused or attuned to what's going on around us? A lot of times people are speaking, or circumstances are being put in front of us to address, but we're too busy. We often let it slip. We let it pass by. So I was in a beauty supply store purchasing a few items, and I heard a conversation. I think there were four young ladies in the aisle kind of next to me. And I guess they were purchasing hair care products or something like that. But in the midst of, the laughing and the giggling and, girls being girls, one of the young ladies spoke out, and there was just something in her voice that caught my attention. And once I tuned in, I heard her say the words, "I hate my hair. I just hate my hair." And I thought, that's interesting. But it was something about her voice and the way that, it came across. So me being me, I'm being a little nosy. I go and I peek around the corner to kind of see what's going on. And at that point, three of the young ladies, they kind of ran off. And so the one that obviously had made this statement was still standing there. And so I said to her, I said, "Sweetheart," I said, "hate is kind of a strong word." And she said, "But I do. I just hate it. I just hate it." And about that time, her eyes were welling up, and she, was about to start crying. And I thought, oh my gosh, this is a serious situation. And then at that point, she ran off. So I was left there standing in the aisle, wondering, what had just happened. And at that point, it was almost like I was caught up in a vacuum. I'm standing there, I'm rehearsing what I had just heard and what I had just witnessed. But in the midst of that, the questions started coming. It's like, how could she say that about herself? What is it that, that caused that whole situation? Does she really hate her hair? Is there other things that she doesn't like about herself? And then in an instant, it was like the spotlight turned on me. And then all of a sudden, all of these comments that I had made about myself started coming back to my mind. It's like things that I had complained about, things that I wasn't necessarily, happy with or wish I, could change. Those memories started flooding back. And then I was reminded of conversations that I had been in with other women and comments that they had made about themselves, the things that they didn't like, and we do it kind of on a casual basis, oh, I don't like this, I don't like that, oh, I'm sick and tired of this. But we don't really, I guess, place emphasis or think about the words that we're speaking. The whole situation just began to bring this, I guess, overwhelming sadness on me. And I was like, oh my gosh. And then I thought, okay, if we're saying these things about ourselves, I'm hearing this now and I'm feeling bad. What must our Heavenly Father, the one who created us, what must He think about the things that we say over ourselves? And then I began to do research, and I started uncovering and realizing the amount of money that is spent annually on, cosmetic procedures, cosmetics, period. I mean, billions of dollars, not millions, but billions with a B. We spend a ton of money trying to adjust or correct what we see as imperfections or what we see as flaws in ourselves. And not that I'm against makeup or, I wear it, I think all of us want to try to enhance a little bit, what we see in the mirror every day. And we want to present our best selves to other people people. But then, when it gets to a point where we're trying to alter or just flat out change who we are, there's something a little bit deeper there. And so that's the whole, I guess, bucket or the whole crux of what I'm trying to do here. So I think that's the whole point of this Real Beauty A to Z, is to get people to start, thinking about, who are you? What do you see when you look in the mirror? Do you understand that you were created by a God that loves you and that thinks that you're the most awesome thing on the planet? We should be in agreement with him. If he took the time to make us, obviously he made us for a purpose and for a reason. And so, our uniqueness is not something that we should be ashamed of or something that we should hide. It should be something ultimately that I think we should celebrate. And so that's kind of my call to action for today. Between now and the next time you see my face, I'm going to challenge you. I'm going to ask you to start listening to yourself. Okay? I want you to start listening to the words that come out of your mouth that you are speaking over yourself. Listen to the conversations that you have with other people. What are they saying about you, or what are they saying about themselves? And really, really think about where that's coming from. What's causing that? Are you comparing yourself to someone else, or are you focused in on media? Culture has a way of trying to define, who or what we should be. But again, I want to challenge you. If you don't realize it, understand that our words have power, and the things that we speak over ourselves, guess what? We hear it. And so our bodies respond to the words that we say. So if we say that, oh my gosh, I'm tired, if you repeat that over and over again, guess what? You're going to be tired, So again, I challenge you, and I want you to really think about this week. Listen to yourself, listen to the words that you're speaking, and then ask yourself, where's that coming from? Until then, I hope you have an amazing week, and we'll talk with you soon.